Thank you for all the day ones, all the new subscribers. How's everybody out there doing today? Just decided to come on here for a quick little second, not take up too much people's time today. Just dropping by and letting people know, hey, I'm still around. Nothing's changed. Uh, this time I'm just being a little bit more quiet than normal. Uh, Hopefully this time around I can get the outcome I've been looking for. So by no means do I want anybody to think that I'm hiding or dodging. Nah, man, I'm just deciding to go about it a different way at the moment. So I just decided to drop a little live just to let y'all know, hey, I'm still kicking. All right, I'm still kicking. So that's it, man. Don't want to take up too much of y'all's time. It's the holidays. I know a lot of what's good, what's going, Forever Detail. It's good, man. Just chilling, bro. Living life, you know what I mean, man? Just trying to stay off of this social media, man. My therapist says Red Bulls and social media ain't good, man. For somebody with anxiety issues and shit like that. So I don't want people to think that I'm hiding nothing, man. I've been chilling and how can I say, when I got some good news for y'all, man, or something new, I'll come back and post it. But for right now, man, nothing's changed. Everything's going the same. Hopefully, maybe last time I just talked about it too much last time, man. It didn't go through the way I wanted it to go through. So maybe this time, man, this time come around, the quieter I stay about it and go about it, maybe I'll get the outcome I desire. But right now I decided, just to drop a little live, man, just to let people know, hey, I'm still kicking, man. I'm still around. I'm still doing what I plan out to do. Hopefully I will have my day in court. Nothing's changed. I'm just going about it a different way, man. And plus, being on social media, repetitive over and over and over. Right now, so far, there's no new updates, man. Right? It's the same shit. I'm still waiting for how can you say, a reply or a response or some kind of confirmation about the demand letter. If not, I'll just proceed to the next step. There's a lot of things that I didn't do the first time around, man. Right? So this time around, hopefully Darius D, howdy from Russia. Howdy from Russia, comrade. How you doing, Ryan? So I just wanted to come on a few seconds, man. A few minutes. Man. I don't want to take up too much time, man. The Cowboys are about to play here the next hour or so. I know it's football day and feels pretty good outside, man. Oh, nah, man. I stopped. I really don't like drinking, bro. I really don't. Man, I probably drink maybe like, man, shit. Once or twice a year, I probably drink, man. Maybe 3, just depending on the occasion, man. Uh, but be honest, alcohol was kind of like not my downfall, man, but it was mostly I realized that when I drank alcohol, man, it turned me into Dr. Jekyll and Dr. Hyde, right? Somebody that normally I wouldn't be, man, right? Based off alcohol. And plus, I realized I realized that alcohol played a big effect, man. So as the older I got, I realized to leave alcohol alone, man. I mean, now before it was to get. I used to drink to get like fucked up and I guess forget about the problems, but it's sometimes, man, you think, man, I'm gonna drink to forget about the problems, but 9 out of 10 times, man, you get yourself in more problems. So I came to the realization, man, that I just needed alcohol wasn't good for me. So I mean, I really don't like drinking alcohol no more. I drink it every now and then, man. Like maybe like the last time I drank was like when I went to the fair. I was like about, and before then I hadn't drunk anything before then, prior to like maybe like once to 4 months, 1 to 4 times a year, man. Not yeah, happy birthday to brother Dixon Cider. Appreciate that, man. Appreciate that forever. Yeah, man. It kind of sucks, man. I started drinking at a young age, man. So I kind of got tired of it, man. When you come to the realization, man, that most of the time that I got in trouble or arguments, man, I can honestly say that it was based off alcohol, man. That played a major role in it, right? The alcohol. So honestly, I see a lot of these content creators, man. They be drinking, having a good time, and I don't know how they can make an ass out of themselves online, and because alcohol gives you that liquid courage, man, to say and feel stuff like you just don't care, man. But then you be regretting it the next day. So I kind of stay off the alcohol, man. I mean, you see a lot of these content creators going over their TikTok, man. To me, TikTok is like teenagers, man. Teenagers and single moms. That's what I see. That's what I see TikTok as, like single moms and teenagers and shit like that. And then I start seeing these dudes on TikTok, and it's just kind of funny, man. The shit people be doing for money. And then somebody it's crazy, man. Yeah, never, man. I don't have the only social media I have, man, is this YouTube. I don't have any Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, any other kind of social media. YouTube is just the only social media that I have. If YouTube is if YouTube is half as bad as the other platforms, man, I stay away from them fucking platforms too. I'm traumatized, man. You know what I mean? So I'd rather just fuck with one social media, just YouTube shit. Other than that, man, I don't like putting my personal life out there. That's why I actually like. I'm not the type of person that posts about their life every day, man, or what I got going on, what I'm doing, what I ain't doing. It's not for everybody to be knowing what you're doing, man. Or you just out here. I just came on here talking about that Mark Moore shit. But even then, that shit gets boring, man, because it's like you come to the realization, man, that it's like nobody cares, man. All right, nobody cares. Nobody cares. I made that realization, like nobody cares, man. Right? Maybe, you know, how can I say? Not that they don't care, man. It just ain't as important to them as it would to be to other people, man. And in reality, that's why you don't see that many fucking booty bandit channels going against the booty bandit or going and talking back. Nobody cares about that shit, man. You know, not the average person that you want to talk to, average Joe. You start talking about sodomize in prison and shit, they're gonna look at you awkwardly, man. Right? It's the same shit that I ran through when I brought the idea of doing another like a updated documentary that turned out, and I reached out to a publisher and she told me, well, you know, the only people that are going to be interested in any of that documentary, it's already been published, and you're going to republish it again, and the only people that are going to be interested is going to be homosexual men. And I'm like, whoa, you know, but in reality, it's the honest truth. You know what I mean, man? How can I say, the average citizen really doesn't care about what happens to somebody in prison, man. Right? The only people that care about what happens to prison is somebody that's been to prison, a prisoner, a loved one's prisoner, a wife, a mother of an inmate. They're the only ones that actually do care, man. But as far as the average citizen, man, they see as an inmate as like, he's already in jail, he deserved to be in jail, and he got what he asked for. And it's sad, man, that, you know, let's use David Mendenhall. Right? Let's use David Mendenhall as an example. Right? He got dealt some shitty hands, right, in life. He played them, and it got to the point where he became a product of his environment, right? Where the abuser, the person that was being abused, becomes the abuser, right? It's a hierarchy. So David Mendenhall, yes, you could say he started out as a victim, but then just like everybody else, man, it's like if you can't beat him, you join him, right? People have that mentality. It's like, hey, if I can't beat this dude, I might as well just join him. And that's what happens to Mendenhall. He became a product of his environment, right? And you can hear it in the documentary, you know, how he said, you know, he would, you know, die for the boys and protect the boys, and, you know, and then you hear Mark speak highly of Mendenhall, right? Like if he was almost an equal, like, oh shit, you don't fuck around with Mendenhall. Mendenhall had them hands, right? So in a way, you know, Mendenhall became a product of his environment, right? The once abused became the abuser, right? And every time a new busload of white inmates showed up, man, them old seasoned convicts like Mendenhall, Hips, Gary Sanders, William Burnett, they were preying on their own. It's sad to say, right? It's that, hey, you know, You can't beat them, you join them, right? So if you really want to look at the whole documentary, man, and actually uh, point out who the victims were, man, it'd be Brad Lucas, man, right? It'll be Brad, but at the end of the day, man, who's to say that the dude didn't like it, man? Right? It's just too much stuff, man. That that I fighting other people's battles. That they don't even want to fight their own battles. You start realizing, man, maybe they were all part of a fucking family, right? A sick, demented, twisted family, right? So you got to come to the realization and be like, damn, yeah, just like Hip said, he was held down by 6 dudes, sodomized by 6 dudes, right? When he first got incarcerated. But then, years down the road, he comes out of the documentary being presented as a prison wife, and then having a statement of having 2 boys. He had 2 boys, I had 2 boys. And then you throw it into context and you be like, man, all these dudes were fucking each other. When it comes down to the realization, it's like, man, all these dudes were just fucking each other, right? So bye, Mr. We're not gonna have no disrespect towards the state of Texas over here, man. You can't be disrespecting Texas. You will. I'll just quickly ban your ass. And even then, man, right? Even let's say, to me, that documentary, man, was a bunch of sick, twisted individuals. Right? That's the way you gotta look at it, man. Right? Victims who everybody was turning out everybody in that documentary, man. Right? When I say the once abused was becoming the abuser, perfect example once again with David Mendenhall. Right? I was under the impression, based off the first documentary, that Mark turned out youngin. Right? I was under the impression that Mark had turned out youngin. But then when I seen the unedited version, it turned out to be that David Mendenhall is the one that turned out youngin. Right? So a lot of people were turning out a lot of people, man. Right? A lot of people started becoming product of their environments. Right? This is not me slandering or talking bad about anybody, man. This is just the hardcore true facts of the documentary. Right? Is there really any victims, right, in that documentary? Right? You got to ask yourself, man. based off that documentary. You got Jerry Gaskins and Lamarck Terrell Moore saying that Brad Lucas started going crazy. All right. He started just throwing that ass everywhere. These aren't the words of Jerry Gaskins and Mark Moore, right? Just like how Mark Moore said, man, I was out of control. I was smashing these boys. So you would take in context that fucking Brad Lucas was in there tossing it up, right? Based off the documentary. Right. So somebody that's tossing it back and forth to different individuals, are they actually a victim? Yeah, they all were, man. Black Ranger, they were all deep in that Nutella with that crunchy nuts, right? Extra crunchy. They were all up in it. All of them, man. All of them, right? Everybody that participated in the documentary was participating in some type of form, one way or another, some homosexual activity. Right. Everybody that was in that documentary was participating, man. Just look at the cat calls, man. Just look at how when Queen Bee and Lamarck were walking down that aisle, look at all the cat calls. Dudes throwing up the gang sets. It was like a fucking pageant, man. Right? We all seen them pageants on YouTube. So everybody just a part of the environment, man. Like hips. We got to go back to old hips. What did hips say? I had 2 boys. He had 2 boys. Right? Hips gave an explanation, or somewhat an explanation of why he had 2 boys. Right? He said he would keep one fixing watches or fixing radios, and the other one was a lookout tattooing. He gave his reasonings why he had his 2 boys. Right? But if you take everybody's story and put it together, you take a little piece of Hip's story. You take a little story from Mark. And you take a little story from everybody else that was there at that time that had some kind of idea what's going on. And you can kind of make your own kind of conclusion that everybody in that motherfucking limestone was fucking each other. Right? Because Mark apparently seen Hips get tooken up the ass, right? He's seen Hips get, and then you ask Hips, and I seen Hips penetrate Mendenhall. I seen Mark suck one to get one, right? So everybody's pointing the fingers at each other of doing some fruity shit, all right? So it don't take a genius, man. It ain't rocket science, right? It's for you to take everybody's story and make your own conclusion, right? And I came to the conclusion that, man, hey, was there really any victims in this shit? Right? Because I'm like, if somebody that like Brad Lucas that went through some shit like that, man, like, I don't know, maybe you'd probably try to be an advocate. I don't know, man, right? I'm not gonna sit here and say, hey, if I got gang raped by 6-7 dudes and got sold off, would I come out here and make it publicly noticed? I don't know, right? I would have to sit there and thinking, Because everybody in that documentary became a product of their environment, man. Like I said, I thought Mark Moore had turned out youngin'. Right? But it was, Mendenhall that turned out youngin'. So you can't be both, man. You can't be part of the problem and you can't be a victim, right? If the name of the game is turning boys out and increase the number of family, well, that's what everybody was doing, man. Mark was out there getting boys. Mendenhall was out there getting boys. Youngin was out there getting boys. Hips was out there getting boys. Because people think that, this is my honest opinion about. I think they were all indulging, man. Right? From Hips, Mendenhall, Mark, Brad. Right? But at one point, they were victims, right? It would have been good, man, to hear from Brad Lucas firsthand. Right? It would have been good to heard it from people that were there, man, right? And not people trying to see. There's a lot of people that are still in there, like what's the guy's name? Big Ox and the Queen Bee, Reba, whatever the fuck his name is, right? Rita. I don't think it's. I can't remember what the fuck his name is, right? A lot of them people, have insight, but they're never gonna tell you the truth, man. Right there. What I want to know is, whatever happened, man. I know a lot of y'all been watching, and whatever happened to the sisters' lawsuit, man. Anybody know anything about that? Whatever happened to David Mendenhall's sister's lawsuit, man? Anything ever come out of that, or anything ever come out of anything that she had said that she was gonna do, man? I mean, how you doing, Meryl? Is it Meryl or Marielle Davis? Marielle? Anything ever come out of that? It's because, man, that second, the unedited version, man, actually tells you the whole story, man. Right? You just have to sit there and listen to the second version. The second version tells you the whole story, man. Right? I was under the impression that Mark was, the only one, right? But then when you go back and you look at the unedited version, man, you can see that it's a couple of these guys, right? And then you go based off how Mark Moore speaks of David. Mark Moore speaks highly of David Mendenhall, right? I've not yet once have heard Mark Moore talk negative about David Mendenhall. Right? If anything, he speaks highly of David Mendenhall. He has David Mendenhall in high regards. Right? I don't know if he respects him as an equal, right? Because you got to go back at one time that when Mark left, the boys were left in David Mendenhall's charge, right? And Mark said, I did that because if I came back, man, he was going to give me my boys without no problem, right? So, in a way, Mark Moore is holding David Mendenhall in high regards, either for two things: either for lovers, hey, I love this dude, I would love my baby mama, or he respects him as an equal, right? Because not once have I ever heard Mark Moore speak negative about David Mendenhall. He speaks highly of him, right? And when you go listen to the second documentary, you can understand that, when Mendenhall even said, man, even if you have to unalive or, put your life on the line for them, that's what you have to do for your boys, right? So it seemed like, David Mendenhall was portraying to step up and become that man, that no longer that boy or prison wife. So you got to come to the conclusion, man, make your own realization and be like, man, look, based off the documentary, you could say that, yes, just like Hips was a victim at one point, but Hips did 30 something, man, Hips did 30, David did 20, Mark did, 18, 15, 16 plus. Right. So if you go based off the documentary, man, I mean, yes, Hips and Mendenhall, they were victims at one point or another, but then they just became a product of their environment, man. Right? The abuse becomes the abuser. I mean, that's the conclusion that I made off just watching the documentaries and hearing these guys in their own words, man. Right? I would have loved to hear what Brad, maybe Brad, he prove everybody wrong, right? And say, hey, man, that it wasn't true, or whatever, man, right? It would have been nice to hear a different perspective, man. Right? And my thing my thing was never to try to catch market case or nothing, man. My thing was never. I never said, hey, Mark needs to go to jail or get his ass locked up. Nah, man, it just. So in a way, man, the publisher, she was right, man. She's like, man, that documentary is nothing but like a sick, twisted, homosexual, low grade, soft grade porn. And that's what she told me, man, about that documentary. And I got kind of offended, man. I'm like, man, is she trying to say that I'm gay for watching that shit, right? Is she trying to like subliminal throw a message at me that only gay man would be watching those documentary? And I'm over here trying to I'm like, nah, man, you got females, you know, you got, nah, I don't think I'm not gay, you know, these guys ain't gay that I'm arguing with. But she's like, no, this is who your audience would be, you know, this is who your audience would be. I'm like, well, it's not the audience I want to reach. So that niche, man, it's a far, you know, nobody wants to talk about it, man. Right? No. And YouTube doesn't even want you to really be talking about it that much, man. Right? Because it seems like the more you talk about it, the more they put you in a box. Yeah, he did, man. I mean, he was almost like you got to go based off of the evidence you're being presented, right? You got a couple of these guys' testimonies and mi butu este che. Philippines, man. Mi butu este che. I think the Cowboys are about to play in a little bit, man. I don't know. Cowboys fucking suck anyways. It needs to hurry up and be baseball season, man, or at least the world, not the World Series, but the World Nationals, man, where they play all across the team, all across the countries. Mexico, Venezuela, China, Japan, Puerto Rico, USA against Mexico and Japan and Puerto Rico. I don't know what it's called. It's not the World Series, but it's the International Series or some shit. I can't remember. Can't wait for that to start. All right. So whatever happened, man. I know somebody. Uh, whatever happened to the lawsuit, man? Any updates? Any Yeah, man. The Cowboys just need to get rid of Dak, man. Dak is like Romo. They're good on statistics, but as far as winning anything of importance or value, they suck. Dak and Romo, man. Them two dudes, they got their fans, man. Just like that dude Dubs got his fans, and that dude. This social media. This is another thing I wanted to talk about, man. Right? The social media, man. It's crazy, man. Where you got fucking grown, man. Yeah, Jerry Jones loves that dude, man. You got grown men on social media, man. Right? Almost butthurt because the content creator that they used to watch is moving on to other platforms, and I'm like, it's just wild, man. Like almost like a scorned baby mama, man. Like these some of these followers that these large content creators have are crazy, man. I would think that as a guy, I would hope, man, like one of my biggest fans would probably be a female. I would hopefully want it that, man, right? It would seem kind of awkward to have a guy fan, man. It's like I seen this dude. You can call him that, a guy fan, right? He's making videos now about these guys. Like, he's all hurt and. I get a laugh about it, man. I'm like, dude, why would you even get on the fucking line and say that you know you look funny for coming on here and saying that you're a fanboy and of this dude and you're hurt because they're no longer making the content that you wanted to get drunk to and high to and get in the groove, and that's what I don't understand. Everybody, that same dude was fine and dandy when they were getting into it, and he was part of the problem. Now that they're not paying him in no mind and they're moving on to other platforms, he feels betrayed, man, like a scorned baby mama. And I'm like, man, these dudes that shit is crazy, man, right? I watch a lot of channels, man, and I'm like, damn, this shit, and it's crazy, man, right? Don't get me wrong, man. I'm not saying about male subscribers, right? Because I know most of the dudes are male subscribers, man. But at the same time, on how you build that relationship, man, right? With somebody, it's almost like starstruck, man. It's a syndrome that people on social media are starting to have, right? But before, it used to just be for celebrities. But now social media, people have gained some kind of status that they're kind of categorized into this fucking it's a fucking term, man, where these people are just attracted to the people of celebrity status, man. You know, they just want to be known, or just to say, hey, yeah, I know him, right? But now it's passed over to social media. It's crazy, man. You know, there's nothing wrong with having subscribers that you kick it with and you get to know, but when it starts coming to be like, man, hey, you're going to TikTok and you're losing subscribers, you're losing me, and it's like, what the fuck, bro? It's like, damn, now I'm over here fucking this chick over here and you're getting all mad. So I just don't get it, man. Right. To me, it's crazy with social media. I mean, social media is crazy, man. From my personal experience, or from what I see and what I'm going through and what I've gone through, and it's crazy, man. Every genre is crazy, man. Every fucking genre that I go on YouTube, man, it's fucking crazy. Some people have 2,000-3,000 people at a time on live bashing one dude. I'm like, fuck, man. I thought I had it bad, right? But I'm like, this dude fucking, they got 2,000 to 4,000 people sometimes on live on different channels, and I'm like, social media is crazy, man. And I also be thinking, man, be like, people like to stir up stuff, man. I don't know what it is about YouTube, man. If I guess YouTube drama sells, man. Who's beefing with who? Who's dropping people's addies? Who's doxing who? That's what people like. I've noticed, man. Yeah, cause I just been wanting to know, man, like whatever happened to her. I can reach out to her, man, but I don't want to bother her, man. You know what I mean? I just want to know whatever. Yeah, they do, man. That's why it's better for you to just, man, stay out of it, man. Me, man, that's why, I can upload videos, but it defeats the purpose, man. Nobody cares about that shit, man, right? Nobody fucking cares, man. Nobody fucking cares, right? People are gonna subscribe to Mark regardless of whatever I say, man, right? I'm not, right? I'm nobody, man, right? It's like me posting the videos over and over and over, uploading the same fucking documentary where, hey, people don't want to make their own conclusion, or maybe they already made their own conclusion and say, hey, fuck it, I still rock with Mark, right? And that's fine, man. You're not gonna sit there and try to fucking create a cult and try to switch everybody's mentality, man. Me, on my aspect, man, I'm just, hopefully this time around, I get it right in the courtroom. Right? That's all I'm gonna continue doing, man. Right? Hopefully, I got limited time, and that's why I go about it that way, man. Right? I'm not gonna, how can I say, re-uploading the same video over and over and over, and it's like, if they don't care about it, if the family members ain't doing no content and speaking up for them, it's like, fuck, why should I give a fuck about it, right? If the family members or even the victims themselves, they don't give a fuck about it, right? It's like, why should I give a fuck about it? Does that mean that I'm gonna still go associate myself with Mark? No, man, right? I'm gonna keep my distance as far as I can, right? And my opinion, the way I feel about him, I'm still feel the same way, right? But like I said, man, YouTube doesn't want all this homosexual fag shit on the platform, man. With this documentary, right? Because just like how the publisher told me, she goes, that documentary, man, is like soft gay porn, right? And in a way, it is, right? Because if you look at the storyline, it's a fucking, a fucking gay porn storyline, right? Man, prison, sodomizing, fuck, it's a Fruit Loops wet dream, right? So to continue, how can I say, man, repetitive over and over, it's pointless, man. I'm only how can I say, I'm only damaging myself, man. Right? I'm only hurting my own channel by uploading the same shit over and over and over and over and over and over. Right? I mean, I'm not gonna delete the videos. The videos are gonna stay up on my fucking channel. I mean, anybody wants to watch the documentary, the documentary's on there, right? The unedited version's there. What's going on, Andrew Vallejo? Right. The documentary's on there. Right? If you're interested, you go in there and watch it, right? So for me to, I guess, be bashing Mark, man, over and over and over and over. To me, as a man, I gotta come to the realization to be like, hey, man, look, who am I, right? Maybe he's already said his piece to God, right? Maybe in between him and his, maybe he's already asked God for forgiveness. And who the fuck am I to, you know? If the victims don't want to fucking answer, then, like I said, I'm not Mark Moore's victim. He don't deserve me. He don't deserve. I don't deserve for him to explain to me what the fuck he did, right? I can take it for what it is, based off what I've heard and seen, right? So for me to be, as people would say, beating on his neck over and over and over and over, man, that's bad for my soul, man. Right? At the end of the day, man, you know, we all gotta face our maker, right? And I don't want to be judged upon bashing another man, right? Even through he deserves it, or I. What's up? What's up? Boom, boom, boom. I have stood on what I've said. I still believe, man. I'm standing on what but what's the point of me doing videos over and over and over and over, man? Is that gonna change your mentality, Mr. Speed Bizzle? All right. All right. When I am standing on what I stand for, all right, because that's why I'm still going about it, the legal actions with one piece of shit, all right? All right. And like I said, man, who am I to be you know, if Mark could have been Mark could have already said his piece with God, man, right? Maybe he already asked God for forgiveness, right? I don't know, right? And that'll be kind of you know, comes back to that saying, man, who the fuck am I, right? Who the fuck am I for him to give me an explanation on what he did, right? I already, you know, based off the documentary, based off what people said, based off what he said, I've already came to my own conclusion that, you know, just like what Jonathan Schwartz said. He's a sodomist, a rapist, a groomer. It is what it is. All right. It is what it is with Mark Moore. All right. Am I gonna associate myself with them? Nah, man. Right? Nah. Right? There's no point of me. It's that saying, kicking a dead horse, man. All right. It's like I'm kicking a dead horse, man. All right. People can come to their own conclusion on how they want to perceive Mark Moore. Right? If they want to see Mark Moore as a diabetic going through dialysis, having kidney failure, or going through medical issues, or you want to perceive him as the Mark Moore at Limestone, terrorizing and sodomizing, that's up to you, man. All right? That's up to you. Right? I've made my conclusion of how I perceive and understand who Mark is. And that's sufficient for me, man. Right? It's not benefiting me coming on here doing repetitive videos about somebody that is one way or another gonna pay it, in life. Right? So for me to be over and over, I think I did my job, man. Right? My videos, they'll stay up. They'll stay up. But as far as me trying to seek justice for the victims, man, that's for Crystal Mendenhall. That's for Brad Lucas. That's for them to seek, whatever they fit is justice for them, right? It's not up for me to be how can I say? It's not for me to be right. Because just like I know many of others have already made their conclusion on how they perceive Mark and how they're going to move forward with them, right? A lot of people are kumbayaing with them, being friends with them. That's their prerogative, right? That's their own choosing, all right? Me, I'm just doing my legal issues behind the scenes, right? Ain't nothing stopping, man. Just because I'm not on here doing YouTube videos and, right? I'm still going the legal route. Right? Hopefully this time around, I'm able to get it down, right? To where I can walk away peacefully, man, right? So at the moment, I can't walk away peacefully, man, right? I still have unfinished business, and I gotta see it through. Me worrying about Mark Terrell Moore, that's for the victims family members that want to speak up for them, right? I still stand on what I said and believe. But as far as me continue doing videos over and over, it's what's the point? Right? The same videos that are up, I just keep on cutting them up and putting them up. Right? So in that way, it's just hurting my channel. Right? Posting the same shit over and over, where nobody really cares, man. Right? I mean, they care as far as trying to normalize Mark. They care about that. Right? Smoking on some Blue Lobster. Blue Lobster, man. What kind is that? Anybody getting themselves any Black Friday deals? Appreciate it, bro. Appreciate it, Andrew Vallejo channel. Appreciate it for that like, man. I don't know, man. You know, there's no, how can I say, in this, you know, it's because I watch a lot of channels, man. And, you know, I watch a lot of channels, man, and I'm like, you know, here what I see on YouTube, man, it's damn if you do, damn if you don't, man. Right? Your people are always gonna find something to dislike you about for, man. Right? You go to prison, you change your life, people are gonna hate you. Right? I see. It's different, man. You know, Texas is different based off, you know, based off the California. Right? It's totally different, man. Right? It's totally different, man. Things are frowned upon in California that normally over here in Texas we wouldn't frown upon, man. You know, there's things that they do in California that we in Texas don't do. Right? So it's different, man. Right? So that's why maybe I see things differently, you know, looking at these other content creators that are from California, that their subscribers are from California, right? And they understand the politics that have been implemented in them since youth, right? I understand that, man. We don't, you know, Texas is not really that, like, how can I say, man? It's normal to see ex-gang members, man, all across Texas, man. Right? It's normal, right? And dudes in Texas, dudes from Texas will tell you, hey, I'm an ex-member, man. And they won't tell you, like, not really ashamed of nothing, man. They're just telling you I'm an ex-gang member, man. But California is different, man. Right? It's frowned upon. It's totally different, man. Right? I'm like, that's why I see this YouTuber is like, damn if you do, damn if you don't, man. It's crazy, man. And I don't know, man. But I don't know if is it possible that these dudes really be making $10,000-$20,000 a month? I don't know, man. All right, because just do the math, man. If these dudes are fucking making 10-20,000, man, that's you know, they're averaging about what, $250,000 a year. So you'd be like, yeah, okay, they're doing this. Where's all that at, man? You know? I don't know, man. Too folly. Too folly. Too folly, man. Hey, how you doing, Too folly, eh? How you doing, man? Any of y'all play that Call of Duty, man? Is it Too folly, man? Or Too Phil Ahmed? Too Phil Ahmed? Too Phil? Too Phil Ahmed? Cause I'm trying to say it like I'm trying to pronounce it the way like Too Phil Ahmed. Okay, I don't want to mispronounce your name. Sorry about that. Say some people be calling me. My name's Noel, man. They be calling me Noel. I don't know how the fuck Noel and Noel. Noel. I get offended too sometimes when they call me Noel. It's like it's not really that complicated. It's that fucking Noel. So yeah, man, it's just my profession, man. Well, I know how to do a lot of things, man, in life. I know how to repair electronics. I know how to repair appliances. I know basic electrical. I know basic automotive. Worked as a machinist, making medical springs for medical devices, CNC, and entering the formula and making adjustments as needed, tolerances, loads. So you can call me a jack of all trades, a master of none, man. So I get bored, man. I get bored and doing one thing, right? All my life is I've always wanted to be like a Swiss Army knife, man. Right? Gain and have the knowledge of everything, even through I might have just needed it for one time, right? But it's knowledge is power, man. So I've always used my mind like a Swiss Army knife, man. I've always anything that can help me make a legal buck, man, I'm all in it, man. Right? Anything that can, any kind of knowledge that can put bacon on the table, I'm all in it, man. Right? But realizing that you have to add value to yourself, man. You have to have knowledge, man. You can't just be a fucking a worker be all your life, man. You know, going in there, clocking in, that's fine and dandy, man. You know, but it got to come to a point where you got to step it up and be like, man, you know, fuck that, man. I'm tired of working for somebody. I'm tired of I'm tired of waking up and clocking into their clock. I've never been a liability, man. I've always been an asset to anybody, man. Until recently, man. You know, now my medical condition, it's gotten the best of me, man, to where, you know, physically, you know, I can't really do what I could do before, man. You know, mentally I still think I can, but physically I can't, man. But if I could, man, I would love to go back to work, man. I love the best job, man, that I loved having, man, was repairing electronics, man. Diagnosing with the multimeter, schematics, finding the problems in the small components, the resistors, the capacitors. I was able to work on various stuff, man. I worked on this equipment called Native Instruments. It's a DJ equipment based out of Germany, right? A lot of DJs use this equipment, man. A lot of world-renowned DJs. It's a brand. It's called Native Instruments, right? And they got everything that you want to use for a DJ, man, right? The turntables, the amps, the acoustics, but it's basically all ran off of software. Right? And right there working with them, I learned a lot with them dudes. Because right there I was able to work myself up and basically be like a engineer assistant, man. It'll feel awkward, man, going to meetings and taking notes and asking your input and shit like that. It felt out of place, man, right? But I've been successful both, how can you say, man, in the corporate world, man, right? And on the streets, man, I've been successful. Right? So I know what it takes to climb the ladder, man. Right? You either way, on the streets, you got to go the extra mile, man. All right. And the same mentality that I had for the streets, I implemented the same mentality into my work ethic and the workforce, man. And I succeeded, man. I was able to, when people would tell me, why you work so hard, man, you're not gonna get no raise, right? They don't give no raises here. But then I get a raise, right? But based off based off of my performance, right? That I would over exceed. Right? I made myself an asset. Right? Instead of complaining and be like, I'm not gonna do more than what they're asking me to do, man. Fuck them. I'm gonna go shut the machine down, and I'm not gonna produce no more units today, right? Because they're not paying me no more, right? Nah, man, I would make more and more. So, man, you know, the days that I didn't feel like doing it, they would notice it, right? But you just do that just to let them know, hey, look, pay attention, man. You know, when it's time for raises, or when I go in there and ask for something, you better give it to me. It's the mentality of you scratch my back, I scratch your back, man. Yeah, I believe in God, man. That's why there's no point in me being hateful towards people, man. Right? And I can only be hateful towards the people that wrong me, man. Right? Yeah, I believe in God, man. Not that many people have experiences to make you realize that there is something else, man. There is something else, man. Right? Well, God, I don't know what you know. I believe there's something high and almighty more than us. But as far as what it is, I have no clue, man. I don't know if it's a female, male, Muslim, Jew, Christian, Catholic. I don't know, man. Right? It's just I know there's something there. Don't know. I guess that's gonna be the question of everybody, right? Nobody knows, man. Nobody for 100% sure can say, yeah, we can all assume and feel based off our experiences of what we've gone through and what we've been privileged to see and experience. We can come to our own conclusion and be like, hey, maybe there is something else other than here. Right? I myself had a personal experience to where made me realize that, yeah, we have a soul. Oh, all right, y'all. Y'all have a good one, man. And I'll catch y'all on the next one. What are you doing, papi?